a trail and then, risk Carol's well-being and then go on an all-out war.
Yeah, lead a trail pretty much to where Carol lives, and after they kill these people, the saviors on the road, other saviors are going to come looking for him, going to lead him to Carol, and then that's what's going to get Ezekiel's attention.
You have too huge of a number. Oh, yeah, I see. And then it's good. Oh, okay, it's true. I kind of I didn't think too much about the fact that how it's going to affect Ezekiel for him to go to war as well.
Well, that's the whole thing.
Yeah. It's just because he loves Carol so much, right?
Yeah. So,
you wouldn't do that maybe for like Jerry or something? Like lead the trail to Jerry?
No,
Would
he
Ezekiel
hates
go to war?
Jerry. He hates Jerry.
Jerry.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Daryl is obviously not having any of that. He blackballs the plan and vows to kill Richard if he harms Carol, or if any harm comes to Carol.
That's right. If he gets a fever or he gets hit by lightning.
You get hit by lightning, you die. Richard keeps trying to convince him too, but Daryl's standing his ground. Just like, no.
It's making me think of Malcolm in the Middle when Lois goes to, because I think Dewey puts up a bunch of dominoes when he was sick, and then Hal wanted to knock down the dominoes.
Oh yeah.
And then Reese, like the mother's so strict, like Lois is so strict on Reese, just saying like, if there's an earthquake, I will blame you, because Reese was so close to doing it, and then he just decided to guard the dominoes with his life.
Yeah.
And Hal was the one. Hal's the one who's actually more indisciplined than Reese is. It's fantastic.
Oh.
I'm sure they drew some inspiration from that. You have to. Every time I think about like blaming someone on a natural disaster, I always think about Malcolm in the Middle. It's always the impossible, and yeah, I don't know why we're going on a huge tangent because of that.
I thank you for these tangents that just derail us so superbly. This is a risky move for Daryl just to be out in public.
It is
bad move.
Well, they don't all. You think they all know about all the saviors? Do you think the saviors on the road would know about him? I guess so.
I think it's been made.
They know what he looks like, though.
It's a code red.
Yeah. Would you think he knows what he looks like, though?
Yeah, I'm sure Negan kind of paraded him around.
The same people that are on that road, though? Okay, I don't know.
I'm saying everybody probably knows who he is. And he's putting everybody's life at risk.
Yeah. Oh, wait, yeah, it's true. Yeah, I remember like when they did the iron to the face thing. Yeah, Daryl was there. He was cleaning everything up.
Yeah, like what if, one of these saviors survives and sees Richard with Daryl?
Yeah, definitely.
That's it for the kingdom.
Yeah, the kingdom. Yeah, exactly. That's for sure. Yeah, he's compromising that.
Oh. All right, so they part ways, friendship over.
For now.
And now, David, in an impressive turn of events.
Right, yeah.
We now follow up with Rick's group. Whole different story going on.
And I thought we had to wait for another episode.
No way, man. This is them having just been taken hostage by those Garbage Pail kids. I'm going to start referring to them by their proper name. What is it again?
Scavengers.
The Scavengers. I can't have another one with S.
You can't have it. Where does Negan stay?
The Saviors and Negan's. The Saviors stay at the Sanctuary.
Okay, good.
The Scavengers stay at the
garbage pit. I don't know.
The landfill.
The up.
God. We'll get to them. First of all, pretty impressive overhead shot of the swarming and the clearing of the junkyard. That whole thing. Now, what was not impressive?
Do tell.
The compositing of Rick standing on top of when he was up on the up.
Okay,
standing on the
way
trash
ahead of
standing on the trash mountain with the sanctuary in the background.
Oh, I didn't notice the sanctuary in the background actually.
Well, it was in the background at one point, but it was just every time you saw the background, didn't it look?
Oh, it looked so fake.
Very composited. Very
absolutely.
Just how can they not do that? They did a better job on the tiger. I still think they do a pretty good job on the tiger.
They have to. There's close-ups on the tiger.
Yeah.
Background, you gotta be more forgiving a little bit. A little bit more forgiving.
Your eyes are just drawn to it.
But the thing is that
they can't find a real. I guess they can't find a. I don't know.
That's weird because the thing is that like it's a medium shot. It's not like you see what's below him anyway. You see the sky. You could get an insert of him just standing up high and
with the sky behind him in real life.
I don't know. Yeah,
but it was to get the sanctuary behind him.
I think it's just because even just to see like if you try to do an insert and he would look more refreshed to come in to shoot for an insert as opposed to doing it the same day and having him in that heat and just the way he looks. It's more organic. Not more organic. More. Sorry, what's the word I'm looking for? Filling in. No,
I don't even know what you're saying. I'm just gonna let you.
It's more authentic. It's more authentic.
I'll let you flounder. Authentic, okay.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah.
Well, it didn't look authentic.
This no, but Rick looked authentic. And that's the point. But just that background didn't know.
Yes, Rick looked like a real human being.
Yeah, Rick looked like he was. But it looked like it was all the same day. That's the whole point. That's the reason why they do it.
Okay.
I'm sure that's what it is, because or else they wouldn't be compositing crappy backgrounds.
Wow. That aside, everything at this dump was just so different from everything we've seen before, like in shooting style, the music, the dialogue.
The music, yeah. Did you get such like it was a bit of a combination of how do I say it? It was definitely like a sci-fi-ish vibe. They like, you know, with Mick Burry, just basically, you know, just that music he plays in the background. It was very like John Carpenter. Like it reminded me a bit of like, you know, Escape from New York, a combination of that and a bit of
what did I
and Mad Max.
Yeah, well, I said it to me. It was a mix of Thunderdome, Beyond Thunderdome, and Aeon Flux a little bit.
Aeon Flux. I did not watch that garbage, but okay.
You didn't watch that garbage? It's a very popular like MTV series. You talking about the movie?
I'm talking about the movie.
Okay, the movie wasn't bad, but I'm talking about the show. I mean, everything in general.
Oh, I didn't watch it. I didn't even know it was a show.
Animated series. It was a lot like that.
Oh,
like the
I
music
see what you're
in
saying.
that really reminded me of.
That's cool. You like that show? Really? Okay.
Yeah. Very
cool.
short-lived, not very long.
Yeah, but they made a film out of it, and that didn't work out very well.
Well, it worked out fine. Made a lot of money. They just didn't do. Yeah.
I thought it flopped. Or am I thinking about Ultraviolet? I'm thinking about Ultraviolet, I think.
Yeah, I think it would have been Ultraviolet, because I always mix the two of them up, but
Me too.
do think I like the Aeon Flux a little more.
Okay. Well, whatever. Anyway, it's either way, that was the vibe you had, and then a little bit of like, you know, when you had the three leaders of the Scavengers just like standing together. It's like it's kind of like a coworker was telling me this morning, saying that since she was a huge fan of Star Trek, it felt like, you know, when the Enterprise went to another world. And they encounter these new leaders, you know, who have a different dialect. They communicate differently, and they have their own behaviors. It's imposed on them because, you know, they're captured while they're in a new world. It kind of had that vibe. It was interesting. It was like a whole like close encounter kind of situation.
I agree, but I think that's also one of the reasons that I had a problem with this, because it's only been a couple years, 4 years, and they're not a different race. They're not an alien race. They're just humans that. It appears they've forgotten how to speak. They've almost reverted back to caveman style of talking.
We don't bother. We take.
Yeah, so that's the thing. This group, basically,
they just don't bother, Matthew. Just take. Just take it for what it is.
They wait and they watch. They take. They don't bother. They don't seem to do very much at all, David. They waited for someone. By their words, they waited for someone to take the items from the boat.
Yeah, they baited somebody. A huge amount of supplies.
Yeah, then they wouldn't do it themselves.
No.
So they waited. Then they would take it from them. But of course, Alexandria had nothing left because the Saviors took it all. So instead they...
Not the Savior... Oh, okay.
So instead they took Gabriel hostage.
Right.
Took all the stuff from their pantry or whatever.
Right. Wasn't that redeemable in a way? Like, because it was so... Because I wouldn't even have showed it in a way that... It's just because... But no, I kind of respect... I don't know.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about like the way Father Gabriel left Alexandria. We left at like, wow. Like, it's kind of a good thing, but kind of... It's kind of a weird way to do it. You know how
I don't know what you mean.
When Father Gabriel was taken hostage, when we first saw this, we didn't know he was really taken hostage for sure. It just looked like... Remember, because we were saying, like, when he first went to the pantry... There was a huge amount of noise. He made noise. It was unsubtle. He just took everything in there, and you wondered why he didn't leave more of an elaborate note. And we know why. Someone was there in there with him. Yeah, and he just didn't show him on shots.
Yeah, but we know that someone was there with him. There was someone in the car with him.
In the car? No, there was also in the pantry. That's the reason why.
Yeah. That was he explained.
He explained
that
exactly.
Detail,
well, that's what I'm trying to say. Is like it's kind of redeemable in a way, but I'm kind of like it's so. It just leaves. It's just the way they did it. It was kind of frustrating, but not in a bad way, I guess. But it was frustrating the way they did it, and then it's like, oh, okay, but it's redeemable here.
I guess.
Yeah.
They just over-explain it here. She explains it, and then he explains it again. Like we've figured out what happened.
Right.
At this point, the only thing to me that it clarifies is that Gabriel didn't make as much noise as I thought he did, because the first round of noise in that pantry was just them kind of getting him.
Yeah, and we all thought he cleared the pantry all by himself, and clearly he wasn't alone, and didn't leave a more elaborate note.
I'm surprised he got all in one car. That's what I'm surprised.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, they were already scared since the last visit from Negan. So when whatever they additionally they've collected, whatever they've collected additionally, couldn't have been too much more than what we already saw.
Still, a lot of pantry, a lot of shelves.
Right.
So they now give Rick and his whole group, they own them all now, apparently. That's what they say. And they give them the option to buy their lives back.
Just like the Saviors.
Yeah, so you can buy your lives back with something. See, with the Saviors, you buy your life back. It's on installment plans, and it never ends.
That's right.
This group seems to be like, you give us
Kudo.
one payment, you're good.
It's like Kudo, but you think you could opt out anytime?
Yeah, I don't think so. So they're just a weird way of talking. Guns and jars, jars and guns. We waited a long time. Want something. They're just like children.
They are.
They want something they didn't earn.
And they're lazy.
Yeah.
Though they can't be that lazy. The way they constructed the maze through that garbage pile, they can't be that lazy.
Well, they're focusing their efforts on the wrong thing. Right. They should be like, for all the effort they spend in choreographing a nice couple circles in the garbage pit, they could have figured out they could have built a boat that didn't have holes in it and gone to the other boat and gotten the supplies.
But they don't bother.
Just waiting. They're just waiting.
No, they don't bother. We take.
Yeah. They take. They don't bother.
That garbage was there. They don't look through the garbage. You could probably find valuables in that garbage. They just know they don't bother.
You find tons of valuables in that.
Besides
garbage.
Hepatitis.
Well, Rick gave Michonne a nice garbage cat.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Here's a gift from the trash.
People were just talking about, like, that was such a nice throwback gesture for what Rick did for Michonne. It's like, why are you bringing that up now? It's been a long time ago. It's supposed to refer to her boyfriend and her father that she had on a chain. And I'm like, well, what, how's that a thing to bring it up?
Well, we've known that Michonne likes cats. I mean, she's always taken cat things, so it's probably a thing. Just wanted to remind us that they're a couple, even if it's against my.
I thought you would have got some backlash taking that cat from them.
What they
kind
of
stood out.
Yeah. So I'd kick these freeloaders to the curb, man. They don't contribute anything.
They have more weapons than you. They outnumber you right now.
That's the thing. They do have weapons, but
not enough.
Part of the deal at the end was, we'll help you, but you get guns. More guns. Lots of guns.
The thing is, what they're asking for could just mean, like, okay, here's your guns, and all of a sudden they just turn on them because they outnumber them.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know, but like, I guess they really have to sell the fact that the Saviors have a lot to offer. That gold that's hidden under that rock from last episode.
Yeah. The leader tries telling Rick. I already said this, they own their lives, but Rick ends up saying, our lives have already been claimed. We're claimed by the Saviors.
Yeah. Someone beat you to it.
Yeah,
you shouldn't have not bothered. You should have been a go-getter.
Yep. And if you steal from them, you're not going to like the outcome. So
that's right.
Fight breaks out. Father Gabriel steps up, holds a knife to Tamiel.
Yeah, courageous of him, man. Not bad. Even though she didn't seem phased at all.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have the collar on anymore, so he's
free from the
free
Lord.
from the shackles of his God. Now. Did they all rename themselves after the apocalypse, or are these just their birth names?
These unfortunate names.
Tamiel, Jadis. And I think they also just decided to disregard grammar.
Yeah. Well, when just speaking at a geeky point of view, if you're a big fan of sci-fi or a big fan of, like, that genre.
You cut out every, like, seventh word from your sentences?
What do you mean?
Well,
I see what you're saying. Yeah, with the actually, then part of that, you're basically in a post-apocalypse. You draw the line of the world has been drawn already. So you could almost look at it as a fresh start and behaving a whole new way that becomes a norm to you, as opposed because there's no other norm that exists besides walkers. So yeah, they developed a lazy language because they said they don't bother, they just take. So that reflects on how they speak.
Yeah,
and that's how the scavengers are born. They scavenge. That's for that reason. It's like even when you have those Morlocks in the sewers, that's what happens to them. They're living underground, and
that's true.
Their language becomes weaker, and but they're good at other things. They could see at night or something, or I don't know, and they smell really bad.
So
this is the equivalent to the sewers. They're on the sewers on the outside.
Yeah, or like Kevin Malone. Once again, from The Office, when he decided he would start saving time by cutting out all the words he didn't need to say. So it was like, me hungry, me go lunch now.
Saves time, very, very efficient. He's like, Kevin, seriously.
Just didn't save any time. But that's pretty much what they're doing. It's we waited long time. It's like, just say we waited a long time. It's one syllable. It's one letter.
Well,
Say it.
Man, you gotta be. You gotta
I'm
be
judging
efficient.
them. I'm judging them. They're already dirty. They don't. They
Well,
can't,
of course you judge
well,
them. What do you
they're-
think? We think everybody else
trash.
is doing.
They're trash people. They can't afford to have bad grammar.
I wonder if they would have offered, like, we have a certain part of the community that nobody's using. You guys could go in there and we have fresh water and everything. If you offer them that, but you don't want to give them all that, when you first meet them, right?
Well, they don't do anything. They just take.
No, we just take. We'll just take the house.
Yeah.
We'll take your fresh water.
So